What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. This is your number one source for all WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. Off the script. This is episode number 30, part number 2 for your Saturday morning. Thank you guys so much for joining me wherever you may be. Grab a hot cup of coffee and let's talk some WWE. Alright? Now, if you guys missed yesterday's video, big episode to start this weekend's Off the Script. CM Punk, is he finally returning to the WWE? Is a potential match with Sting in the cards for WWE right now? I don't know what's going on with CM Punk, but if you guys missed the video, go and check it out. Is this true? Is all of this legit information? Like I said, go check it out. If you did indeed miss it, link is down below in the description. I also talk about Brock Lesnar and Big Show and a rumored feud over the World Heavyweight Championship in the WWE. I also give my thoughts and opinions on that, which is a nice little rant, which was expected because I can't stand the Big Show. But all that plus so much more, guys, on Off the Script Part 1 of Episode 30. Go check that out. Link is down below. Also, if you guys want additional wrestling content, you guys know where to go. My guys, you got LeBar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish. Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com. Link is down below with all my other shit for you guys. Go and check them out. If you guys want the reality of everything in the wrestling business today, those guys are the ones to bring it to you. The #1 talk show on the internet when it comes to professional wrestling. Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they are spreading the reality for you on WrestleZone.com. If you guys want more from LeBar, he does Bleacher Report. He does Trib Live. He's got his own podcast. He writes his own articles. Man, the guy's all over the place. One of the hardest working men in the industry right now to give you guys the reality of it all. His homepage to his personal website, linked down below. His Twitter's down below. Everything you guys need from LeBar, linked down below. Finally, Joe Cronin doing his own thing. As always, his links are down below. Twitter, YouTube, go check him out. He certainly deserves all the attention. We're going to try and get you another podcast right before Night of Champions, schedules permitting. Okay, so look forward to that. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do so along with Joe at JD from NY206. And hell, if you're enjoying my WWE content, I don't say this always, but leave a like, leave a favorite, leave a comment. It greatly helps out my WWE content. I don't do this without you guys. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Let's get into the news. We got more CM Punk news, man. It's going to be CM Punk weekend here on Off the Script. I miss Punk. You miss Punk. Everyone misses CM Punk. But none of this is good news, man. None of this is good news. CM Punk's rocky relationship with WWE is spilling over into the video game world. It's all business, man. It's all about making money, like the $1 Million Man. But WWE 2K15 delayed, possibly because of the CM Punk WWE legal battle. Is this true? I got the full information. Let's get into it right now. As noted last week, right here on Off the Script, CM Punk's lawyers recently sent a 22-page document directly to the desk of Vince McMahon at the WWE headquarters. The letter is in regards to WWE's ability to use his likeness, which extends to the line of video games. The problem here is that Punk is no longer under contract, yet he is featured in the WWE 2K15 video game, which is slated to be released on October 28th for PS4 and Xbox One, along with last-gen consoles. The feeling is that the game, if the game were to be released, WWE and 2K Games would be looking at much more of a serious situation than simply giving Punk royalties. It is also tough to simply remove Punk from the game because he will be playing a very large role in 2K Games Showcase, which is essentially the story mode of the game. GamerRanks.com reports that this could cause the game to be delayed. I noted last week that CM Punk's attorneys sent out a 22-page letter of royalties. Punk feels the WWE owes him for using his character in the WWE video game. No lawsuit has been filed as of yet, but this could be the catalyst to a lawsuit. Since the story got out last week, WWE has removed Punk's merchandise page from the alumni page of WWE Shop.com. Everything remaining has been discounted. There's a baseball cap that has been discounted from $19.99 to just $1.99. A CM Punk book that has been discounted to 99 cents. A CM Punk pendant that has been discounted from $11.99 to $1.99. On the surface, this seems to be the reaction to the letter from Punk's attorneys. But as of September 11th, yesterday, they have removed all the remaining merchandise from WWEshop.com. If you search for CM Punk on the shop's website, you will get a broken link to 404 pages. His WWE Shop Superstar alumni page has also been removed. That is the latest on WWE and CM Punk and this ongoing legal battle over owing him royalties. Now, I know WWE 2K15 is a highly, highly anticipated game. There's going to be backlash if it's delayed longer than it has to be, okay? I know I read somewhere that the Ultimate Hulk Hogan edition, which I believe there was maybe 2,500 to 3,000 copies being made, completely sold out in the U.S. You get a signature of Hulk Hogan on a picture. You get a piece of ring for his Raw return that he actually stepped foot on. You get a little Funko, pop figurine of Hollywood Hogan, plus so much more in that with the game included. That is completely sold out in the United States. Now, that tells me two things. Number one, the game is highly anticipated. Number two, Hogan will still draw if, Hogan's Ultimate Edition is sold out. I don't even think the Undertaker's Ultimate Edition sold out that quick. But, regardless of that, WWE 2K15 is going to be a massive game for the company. It's going to do the company very well. 2K games, which makes NBA 2K and, those sports games like that, they're very, very well known in the sports world for video gaming. I think WWE 2K15 is probably going to be the best wrestling game ever. I look forward to it very much. I look forward to featuring it on this channel, doing story mode, maybe giving you guys my own career mode, coming up with storylines and scripts and everything. Maybe I'll dive into it a little bit more this year than I have in previous years, since I've only been doing this for less than 2 years. If I have more time, I will certainly feature it on this channel. But regardless of that, I mentioned this last week on part 1 of Off the Script. Neither Punk or WWE is right here, okay? 2K Games is pretty much the middleman here. They have no blame in this at all. They're going about their business the right way, man. They're doing what they have to do, and that is to develop the game, all right? They were okay. They were given the okay. They were given the green light to put CM Punk in the game, okay? Obviously, I'm sure that they asked before they even had this in development. I read that this was in development, or this story mode with Punk was in development when he was already on the roster. 2K Games cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. They had no idea Punk was going to walk out. None of us had any idea Punk was going to walk out. So they're the middleman here, and they have absolutely no blame. Punk and WWE, like I previously mentioned last week, should, take 50-50 on this. They're both to blame, but yet they're both right. Okay? Punk obviously wants royalties because he's going to be in the game. I fully understand that. If you're going to use his character in the game, okay, if you're going to use his name, his character, his figure, whatever, in the game, obviously he has to be compensated for that, okay? WWE, now, doesn't want to pay him, okay, which I understand as well because he breached his contract. He walked out. He wanted nothing to do with the company, so WWE's mindset is, you know what, you want nothing to do with us, you're not going to get a dime off of us anymore. And I fully understand that side of the story. But these two parties have to come to some type of mutual agreement that it doesn't interfere with the release of the game and it doesn't upset fans because it would be unfair to us. There's a lot of people anticipating this game, and if CM Punk himself is going to hold up this game to be delayed, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be backlash. There's going to be verbal outlash from everybody in the video game world anticipating this game. They have to come to some type of agreement, and both parties, whether you like it or not, they're both right and they're both wrong, man. You can't take one side on this story. I fully understand both sides, but they got to come to some type of mutual agreement for the fans 2K Games is in the middle, and they have nothing to do with this at all. They did their job. They delivered the game. It's coming out in a month, and they couldn't anticipate anything like CM Punk walking out. They're in the middle and have nothing to do with this at all. If I hear anything, obviously I will continue to notify you guys about 2K Games, WWE 2K15, Punk, and WWE. All this nonsense going on with Punk and the WWE. If I hear anything, you will hear it here on Off the Script, okay? Moving on. Batista. Everybody's been asking me still about Batista. JD, when's Batista coming back? Yada, 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 all right? Regarding Batista's status, Marvel Studios is currently restructuring his contract that will likely see him get more money due to the success of Guardians of the Galaxy. There will also be a lock in Batista. They will also lock in Batista for a number of other Marvel movies. Batista is slated for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, as well as the third Avengers movie, where he will have a more significant role. That movie will be a few years down the road, as the second Avengers movie isn't scheduled to be released until May 2015. Batista's people in Hollywood reportedly do not want him involved in professional wrestling. They feel that he didn't get what was promised and felt that WWE dropped the ball by not letting him use his own ideas to get himself over. Batista has expressed some of these frustrations on Y2J's podcast, Talk is Jericho, which was a fantastic listen, by the way. I highly recommend it. But it's said that he does want to return eventually to the WWE. The two sides are in talks, but WWE will be coming second now to his movie career. Batista is said to have other movie offers coming in, and he reportedly received a substantial deal to star in the Kickboxer remake with UFC superstar George St. Pierre. Batista looking like his chances of returning to the WWE are slimming and slimming and slimming as the weeks go on. We won't see Batista for the rest of this year. That's that. So if you're looking to see Batista this year, he's done. He's not coming back. If I see him coming back, it's probably going to be for a Royal Rumble appearance to lead into WrestleMania 31. If they want to do a retirement angle where he comes in and he does what he's got to do at WrestleMania and then he rides off into the sunset and wants to be focused more on his movie career, then do that. I think Hollywood should be a little bit more open to having him just end his career instead of just pulling him completely from the WWE product. That would be unfair. You know, your client wants to work as a professional wrestler. Give him the opportunity to. He's not going to be working on movies all the time. If he wants to use his time wisely, make a few extra bucks, entertain the fans, continue to remain in shape, let him do the WWE thing, man. You know, I have a lot more respect for Batista after listening to him on Jericho's podcast. Man, he sounds like a down-to-earth guy. He's got, you know, a solid head on his shoulders. He knows what he wants concerning his character. He knows what he wants concerning the WWE product. But from what he was saying, WWE just doesn't think logically. They won't do the right thing. They won't do the smart thing. Everything's just got to be done their way. And he had ideas that he wanted to produce to WWE. He wanted to shoot to WWE, and they just did not listen, man. He wants more creative power over what he does. He's got ideas. He wants to use them. And this is where the WWE falters, man. You know, it doesn't have to be an all-out circus. Listen to these guys. Maybe use their ideas, give them their own storylines, let them worry about their own storylines, man. If it works, it works. You know, you can't really feed off WWE creative every fucking time. It's not going to be the right way all the time, man. You know, for a guy like Ziggler, for a guy like Wyatt, for a guy like Batista, these guys may have great ideas they want to use for storylines, guys that they want to feud with. Use those ideas. If they work, great. Put them on TV. If they don't, go back to the drawing board and do something else. But Batista, he was saying he wants creative power, man. He wants to be in control of storylines. He wants to, you know, have that organic feeling, that real feeling, man. Everything just seems produced. And I fully understand where he's coming from. As a fan, I see it. As fans, you guys see it as well. I know for a fact you guys see it. You know, if you don't, you got to open your eyes. But Batista coming back to the WWE, not happening this year. His movie career is taken off. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a definitely going to happen. He's going to be in the Avengers 2. That's going to be filming. That ain't coming out till next year. So, You know, Batista's doing his thing, man. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he found a plan B outside professional wrestling. If you listen to the story on Y2J's podcast, man, he was struggling. He was struggling to make money. He was talking about stories of Vince McMahon fining him for blading himself in a steel cage with Chris Jericho just to add to the realism of the match. And he was just shocked by all this, man. He felt like he did the right thing, which, if I was a promoter, I would shake his hand, man, give him a pat on the back. Steel cage matches are supposed to be brutal, but he was complaining of a story that Vince, fined him $100,000 because he bled in the match, and Vince didn't want that at all. Go listen to it. If I remember, I'll link it down below. Great listen. I'm actually listening to Y2J's podcast with Triple H now. That's even better. Y2J is hitting his stride with his podcast, man. Absolutely great listen. He's been having better shows than Jim Ross lately. I got to catch up on some Jim Ross podcasts. And I think he had Tony Schiavone on. I got to listen to that one because I'm really interested to see what Schiavone thought about the WCW days. But regardless of that, Jericho's really hitting his stride with the podcast. Batista, Triple H, and I believe this week he has Eva Marie on with the rest of Total Divas. I'm going to give that one a listen just to laugh and see where they're coming from. But like I said, if you missed it, I will hopefully link it down below if I remember. Batista, Jericho, Y2J's podcast. Moving on, guys. Dean Ambrose is now confirmed by WWE for the September 22nd WWE Raw from Memphis, Tennessee. This is the night after Night of Champions. There will be some speculation that Ambrose may appear at Night of Champions as he will be done filming WWE Studios Lockdown this weekend, or that weekend, rather. Ambrose was previously being advertised by the Bridgestone Arena, the site for Night of Champions, but now is no longer listed. There is talk within WWE that the man behind the bunny outfit, yes, Adam Rose's bunny, will be Darren Young. When the bunny is getting more attention than Adam Rose, your character is a failure. But if you guys want to know who's playing the bunny, reportedly it is Justin Gabriel and Zack Ryder trading weeks back and forth. Darren Young, it makes sense because he's feuding with Titus O'Neil now, Adam Rose is, so Darren Young being the bunny, may play into that. But again, this is a childish storyline. The bunny's getting more attention than Adam Rose is. Adam Rose is a decent wrestler. I don't know what to think about it, man. This is shit that really doesn't belong on wrestling. I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to be entertained. I want to see two guys in an engaging storyline that makes fucking sense, that really invests me into their characters, into the storyline, and I want to see them battle it out in the ring. I don't give a fuck about a bunny dancing on the outside of the ring, helping his guy, Adam Rose, win matches, man. I don't care for that. It's cheesy, it's lame, it's childish, and it's not for us. All right, move on. But Adam Rose, the bunny, Darren Young, may be the man behind the bunny costume. TNA news, guys, to end this week's Off the Script Part 2. Vince Russo, again, if you missed Part 3, Vince Russo ripped Monday Night Raw. I read you an open letter that he wrote to Vince, Triple H, and Stephanie. Vince Russo's at it again, rips Spike TV and the issues between Spike TV and TNA. This is what Vince Russo says about Spike TV, okay? And I quote, "I've been holding this back for years, and I finally get to say this." Feels like he's coming out, man. He's really fucking frustrated, and he's just venting all his frustration out on the internet, man. "I felt like Hannibal Lecter when he was stripped or strapped in his movies with his hands and his mouth wired shut. Spike TV is a horrible partner. Why TNA would ever want to partner with Spike is beyond me unless there were no other options. If Spike TV were the only option to stay on television, then I would understand it. They are a horrible partner. They know nothing about the wrestling business. The way they advertised and marketed the program over the years was absolutely atrocious. I can tell you this from a position where I worked with the USA Network. I worked directly with Bonnie Hammer. She was the female version of Vince McMahon. She knew what she was doing. When you had Bonnie Hammer at USA and Vince McMahon, the sky was the limit. If TNA signs another deal with Spike TV, great for them. It will move along for another 2 years and everyone will work, but the product will not grow on Spike TV. My hope for TNA is that a new network comes along and embraces TNA and gives them the time and investment to help grow the product. I cannot say this enough. TNA on Spike TV will never grow! Exclamation point. Alright? Courtesy of F4W Online. Now, here's a response from David Schwartz, the Senior Vice President of Communications with Spike TV. This is in reply to Vince Russo. I want to start by saying we enjoyed a great relationship, a very collaborative relationship with Dixie Carter and her team over the years. We took TNA from a late night spot on Saturday nights doing 500,000 viewers to a 2-hour time slot that did 2 million viewers over time. Spike went out of its way, not in just adhering to its contract, but above and beyond the contract. We paid Hulk Hogan, we paid Eric Bischoff with our money. We financed many shows. We financed UK shows. We helped promote. We gave TNA a prime slot on Thursdays from 9 to 11 p.m. I think his comments are way off base, speaking of Vince Russo. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's somebody who thinks more of himself than really exists. Vince Russo never meant anything to Spike TV. He had nothing to do with negotiations. Nobody cares about Vince Russo at Spike TV. Nobody cares or knows who he is. We have a great relationship with TNA. We went above and beyond for them, as they did for us. Dixie helped promote our shows. What Vince Russo is saying is complete nonsense. Now, finally, guys, to end this week's Off the Script Part 2, TNA is being looked at by 4 different networks. Okay, I got news on that. While nobody is saying this publicly, it's pretty much considered to be a lock that TNA and Spike TV are done and will be parting ways when their deal is up later this year. It was noted before that Spike TV was trying to be a good partner for TNA by giving them an extension until the end of the year so TNA could try and land a new deal on another cable network. Publicly, Spike and TNA are saying that they are negotiating, but in reality, the negotiations ended before TMZ broke the story that Spike TV was not renewing Impact. As noted before, the Velocity channel has come up in talks, and WGN America has come up in some circles as a possible destination for TNA. TNA is also in talks with at least 2 other networks. Right now, there are at least 4 networks in play. 2 of the stations are said to be more significant than WGN or Velocity, and one of them is stronger than Spike TV, but doesn't match the same demographics as Spike. If WGN America deal is made with TNA, then TNA would face some preemptions with certain programs during the year. That is all I have for TV on Spike, regarding TNA. That's all I have with the TNA news and Vince Russo ripping Spike TV, and then Spike TV coming back and ripping Vince Russo apart like they did. But if I hear anything as well, I will definitely update you guys on TNA's status, where they'll be going, what their new home is going to be, what their contract negotiations are going to be like, all that shit. So if you're worried about TNA, if you have any interest in TNA, I will definitely report the most important news regarding TNA Impact Wrestling. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Off the Script. WWE 2K15 delayed because of CM Punk. Let me know what you guys think about that one down below in the comments. Let me know what you think about Batista maybe being done with professional wrestling altogether and Hollywood not wanting him to wrestle ever again. Let me know what you think about TNA and Vince Russo ripping Spike TV, and then Spike TV coming back in retaliation against Vince Russo, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Leave a like, comment, favorite, share, all that good shit. Greatly helps out my channel. I will be back in part 3, guys. Big developing story regarding the WWE. Are they selling their entire tape library to Warner Brothers? Got the late breaking information on that. Do not go anywhere, guys. Part 3 for your Sunday coming up. Big story, guys. I don't know what's going on. Will that see the end of the WWE Network? I have no idea. I got to dig into this one a little bit deeper. I will give you guys all the full information that I uncover tomorrow on Sunday's edition of Off the Script, number 30, part number 3, guys. Until then, take care, and I'll see you on Sunday morning. I'll talk to you later.